Hello, welcome to our first real tutorial. At this point, hopefully you have skimmed chapter 1, you have looked and installed the software that you need. So let's go ahead and get started. At this point I have JGrasp open. I'm actually using a Mac, but if you're using a Mac or Windows or Linux, it does not really matter. Particularly what we're going to do today is I'm going to be looking at how to start a computer program. So let's do our first kind of hello world situation. Hello world historically just means how do you start anything in a programming world. So we're going to do File, New, and Java. With any Java program, we're going to have to put in a class. So public class, and I'm going to actually call this Chapter 1 First Tutorial. Exactly what you call it doesn't really matter right now, but one of the most important things for you to do during this class is have a lot of good organization. So all of your code always has to be in some class. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to save it in a good place. So for me, I'm going to put in documents, and I'm going to put in classes, and then right now it happens to be summer. So Java examples, and I'll save it here. Now let's go ahead and put a main method. Public static void main string args. You may not have gotten it from the textbook, but what exactly does main do? Main is the start of all programs. It's just how we do it, how we get it to go, how to tell the operating system this is the starting point. All right, so how do you do a starting point? Well, first let's have a comment. This is a comment. Well, what is the point of a comment? The point of a comment is to tell people what this is all about. So comments help us not run things. So if I were to compile this, I've already saved it, so I'll save it again. I can save it, and I can compile it. And it's compiling well. There's not a problem. Then I will run it. And there's no output at all. There's nothing down here. I'm going to even make this screen a little bit bigger. There's nothing down there. So if I type something, system out println, what I'm telling it this system, the operating system, to print something down here. The out would mean output. And specifically, I want to print something with the ln means a new line at the end. This will be hello world. So I can compile that and then run it. And the output shows up down here. If I don't have a semicolon, like right here, and I hit compile, I'll get an error. And it tells me one error, exit code process. Well, I need a semicolon. I can also mess it up by if I don't have matching quotes. I hit compile, and it tells me I need a semicolon. Well, actually I need matching quotes. Java will often try the best it can. In fact, it has 3 errors, has an error there, has an error there. Always look at the first error. We never care about any other one. And specifically, if I go over here, it says unclosed string literal. Well, this is a string of characters, and so I need to close that. If I also make this a lowercase s and compile, oh dear, it doesn't know what to do. In fact, it says package system does not exist. I need specifically to have this as a capital S. What about println? What if I misspell println? Do a compile, and it doesn't like that. It can't find the symbol. So what we found is Java is very, very picky. So we're going to do println. There we go. So what do we want to do now? Well, what I suggest is you type a whole bunch of other things, like system out println. Hi, Dave. If Dave is out there, hello. Compile and run, and we are good. So go ahead and play with that. Make sure and actually type this one out. follow along, go back and forth for this video as much as you want to try and succeed and get a feel for Java.